Here we are up the front of the farm. Thought I'd do a winter tour. Everything's lovely, nice and green. Planted these, germinated these jacarandas from seedling. Going to have 4 on that side, and then I got the beds made there, 4 on that side, and the seedlings are just a bit too young to put in on the other side. They're up at the house under care. We planted these eucalyptus palins, we call them blackbutts, 2009, 2010. And I'm under orders never to cut them down. And we'll just keep growing and growing. Quite a nice little statement piece. Some of them are quite large. Amazing to think that all this was great. Still spins me out. We spent years pulling all that shit out. Finished with my quarry, so I'm starting to fill that in. Don't need the road base anymore. I found another spot for that. So we're back where the jacarandas are. So you can imagine driving through a section of 8 jacarandas, and I thought at the end of those I've put some quercus green pillar pin oaks. They grow, I think, 8 to 10 metres tall. Got 4 rams in there. They're floating around somewhere. Put some wattles, and I'll think of the name in a minute. Cypress, dwarf cypress. I've got a black walnut. Those tree bags there are all liquid ambers. I've got to have a row of liquid ambers. That green pasture there, not sure what I'm doing with that. Just finished doing my lawn edges. Five more roses to finish off this rose row. Pruned all those the other day, their winter pruning. Here are this is a wisteria trellis I've just finished. I've got a pink and a purple wisteria there. That will be very nice when it fills out. A few more wires and supports up the top there. This is my latest build. This is jasmine. That whole thing there, it's all wired and ready to rock and roll. I've got 4 jasmine planted. The tree bags are liquid ambers again. I like those. And the skinny trees, they're eucalyptus palins, blackbutts. These black mounds here, I'm putting poplars. Simon's poplars, and they grow 30 metres tall. Around the log there I've got bougainvilleas. I've got a pink, a white, an orange and a red. coming into what I call the botanical garden creation. It's tough staying on top of the weeds. All my trees are dormant. They're going to look great when they all come into leaf. These posts here, they're just as a gauge for me to look at every now and then. I'm putting another big trellis in here and more wisteria. I got a shitload of those in seed. That'll be about 10 feet tall, that. Have to mulch soon once all the winter rains are finished. I love looking at all the deciduous trees, you know, the shape, the skeleton. I'm not quite sure which is better, the skeleton or fully leafed, but geez, they're nice. I definitely prefer the winter gardens here. Even though the summer everything's in flower and fully leafed. Eating the last of my apples under net there. Get pink ladies and red Fujis. All my fat sheep, normally they're pregnant and ready for babies in 3 weeks' time. Not this year. Swan Lake. That's where I put my telescope. To lift that dome off, I've got a concrete foundation in there. Screw down the post, the pillar, and bang the telescope on top. Haven't done that in a while. Eventually I'd like to build an observatory for it. That's just one of those things that's on the list. Downhill to the bottom half of the farm now. Normally that's full of ducks, but you know, me hooning around here, I've scared them all away. Ducks and geese. Hopefully the swans will come back. That thing in the middle there with the pink ribbons, the big mound and the stakes in the ground, that's a weeping willow. So you can imagine a big tall weeping willow there doing its thing. Quite sure what to do with all this, because normally it floods about every second or third year, and you know, the water gets about 1.5 meters deep. It's a pile of dirt in the middle of the paddock there. That's all the tailings from digging out the lake. Got a couple more years of digging, so that pile will get bigger and bigger, and then I'll just start planting trees on top of it. This is what we call Dolphin Pond. When we first moved in, and there wasn't as many trees around the edge. From the kitchen window, it looked like a dolphin. Tail and head and fin and all that sort of shit. Now that all the trees are grown around it, you can't see the full shape of it. That is 4 meters deep there. I dug that out 2 years ago. There's the little house, kitchen window. This paddock here, I call this D paddock. Thinking about filling it full of deciduous trees as well. October glory oaks or something like that. They look lovely. And we're coming up on what's called the Lake Monet project. Planted about 21 trees in here so far. I got 4 more coming that will finish this project off, well, this half of the project off. Some oak and golden robinias coming. We're up the bottom half of the farm, up the front. Oh, Kitty Cat's birthday today. She would have been 62. Every now and then I think about selling and going somewhere different, somewhere where there are more people. It gets boring here sometimes, but then again, people suck. So I'm doing myself a favour by staying here. Alright, this is the northern end of Lake Monet. That fence line there, I'm going to push that fence line back and take it back to here, where these blue ribbons are. So from here straight across. So all of this will be incorporated into the Lake Monet project. So 3 entry points. The gate we came through when I drove through. This one here. So when you come down, you walk through the middle of the forest, and you get to this little driveway here and walk out here, and then you'll have this view looking straight across Lake Monet. Weeping willows. Will be most visible. Going for a lime green and a golden theme at the top canopy. Then the understory along the bottom will be purple leaf plants, Japanese maples and things like that. I've got tall poplars blocking the view where we drove through the gate there to come to this section, so you won't actually see beyond Lake Monet. Going for that hidden secret theme, you won't get to see each garden section until you're actually upon it, all hidden behind hedges, trees. secluded pathways. Almost finished down here for the winter work. The last 4 trees will be here in 2 or 3 weeks. Plant those out. Had a bit of storm damage, all the trees blew down. Better now than later when all my trees are growing. I have all that shit fall down and break and kill them all. So I got a bit of a pile of debris there to get rid of. There's the poplars I mentioned, so they'll all grow nice and tall, so you won't be able to see beyond the poplars into this paddock D. This is the next entryway. This comes down from the house. Got all the walls and paths and stuff that you to get down here. Oops, thumb in the road, sorry. And this is the forest path walkway. This takes you right through the center of the forest, takes you all the way back up to where I mentioned. That is a lovely little walk. Cup of coffee in the morning, stroll through there, all the mist and the dews, and all the birds going off. Absolutely fantastic. This was a sheep paddock, and it was suggested to me, Cat wanted to move this fence out of the road. I've got a new fence there now that keeps the sheep out, and then turn this into more garden. So I'll be getting some more fence posts, secure the end of this, and then bring that into all this hill section. Not sure whether I'll plant anything or just let it go native. Alright, there's my overflow. We're about 1 centimetre away from full. That's my regulator, keeps the height of the lake, that overflow, and then so I don't get any erosion and this dam wall washing away. I've got that regulator pond there, and another one spillway that leads into Dolphin Pond. I always get excited about my projects when they're at this stage, and they're almost planted. Just sit back and wait, watch them develop. Let's go have a look at the river, see what it's doing. There is my Donley River. Fully flowing. This is where I come trout fishing. Got my little gate there so I can go out, fling a fly in. Rainbow trout, the big brown bastards with the big funny bottom jaw, redfin perch, marron shellfish, and this is a dolphin pond, flows out of the farm through here. I've fenced all this off so the sheep can't get in and destroy it, but this is how all the trout and the fish and the whatnot get onto the farm. They come up from the river into my ponds here, and I need to clean all this out so they can get through. And then they get into Dolphin Pond, and then they swim up from Dolphin Pond into Swan Lake, into Lake Monet, into the Billabongs. That's Jennavale Farm, Groeneveld Gardens. Bye.